Maria, it's been a while. Do you know who this is?
How did you get my WhatsApp ID? What do you want?
Don't be so mad. How have you been?
I'm fine. So what do you want?
I'm so happy you haven't changed. Short-tempered Maria. I wanted you to know that I'm getting married.
Oh, congratulations.
That's all. Rather a trite reply. I contacted you because I want you to come to my wedding. You're coming, right?
Huh, you're inviting me? That's really in poor taste, don't you think?
Really? After all, I met my fiancé because of you, Maria. So it's only natural that I want your blessing.
Maybe it's just me, but I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours.
Really? Haven't you gotten over it already? It's been 2 years since Kent and you broke up.
I am totally over it. It's a part of my past. A terrible, dark part of my past.
Well, then that's fine. Can I ask you to make a toast?
Is it really fun playing around with others' feelings? You know I'm not an appropriate guest for your wedding.
Yes, it's totally fun. Psych! I'm not that cruel.
FYI, I'm not attending your wedding, so let it go, okay?
Are you serious?
Of course I am. Why?
Oh, I guess it hurts that Kent, with high socioeconomic status, dumped you for someone as beautiful, thin, and well-versed as me.
High socioeconomic status? Kent?
Of course. You are aware, Maria, that Kent works for a prestigious company.
Oh, that. It doesn't make a difference to me.
You don't have to pretend. Between you and me, my life is going to be so glamorous and exciting as super wealthy Kent's wife.
You must be so happy to have your so glamorous and exciting life.
I wonder if it's because I'm so charming. The reason that Kent dumped you, his girlfriend of 5 years.
You're mistaken there. You know I'm the one that ended it with Kent.
Oh, that's right. My bad. You ended it with Kent when you realized I was Kent's soulmate, right?
Well, Kent hooking up with you is the reason we broke up. But now I'm glad it happened, and I'm no longer with Kent.
Really? Are you, super happy now?
Actually, I am, so will you quit bothering me?
I'm not bothering you, but a part of me wonders if your so-called happiness is really a big fat lie. It's not like you have a boyfriend or anything.
Actually, I'm going to get married too. And unlike you, I would never lie about my happiness.
Maria, you're getting married too? Congratulations! What does your fiancé do? And why didn't you tell me you have a boyfriend?
There was no way I would want to tell you anything about my personal life on my own. Anyhow, we're both busy right now, so we'll wait until things settle down at work to plan our wedding.
Busy? How sad that you and your fiancé have to work to the bone on the whim at your jobs.
He works for a multinational trading company. He's busy studying for various certifications.
Trading company? Does he have a good salary?
Well, it is one of the biggest trading companies in the world. He's really busy because he has to go to many different countries for work. Switzerland, Africa, even Tahiti.
Wow, that sounds promising. Just how did you meet such a catch?
He's a regular at the cafe I own. We often talked when he came in, and one thing led to another, and...
What? Maria, you own a cafe? I didn't know.
After Kent and I broke up, I wanted something of my own that no man can take away. I I've always loved going to cafes, so I decided to open up my own cafe.
Really? And is business good?
I'm lucky. My regulars leave me great reviews and often tell their friends, colleagues about the cafe. The cafe's been featured in a couple of magazines, and I've been interviewed for some local TV shows as well. As a result, we're really busy.
What the? I mean, it must be a great cafe to be in magazines, on TV.
Thank you. I'm finally able to open my second cafe, so I'm extremely busy right now.
I see. But if you're so busy and making so much money, you don't really need your trading company husband, do you? Why don't you introduce him to me so I can have him?
Excuse me? Aren't you going to marry Kent?
That was my plan, but when I checked online, employees of trading companies make way more than Kent. So, it would be better for me to marry someone who works for a trading company.
Holly, do you realize how rude that statement is?
My bottom line is I want to be rich and go to high society events and parties. If I can find someone higher than Kent's socioeconomic status, I'm going to go after that guy.
You really are a selfish brat. And what makes you think I would introduce my own fiancé to someone like you? I can't believe you're even asking me this.
Fine. It doesn't have to be your fiancé. It could be one of his colleagues. I mean, as long as their salaries are super high, anyone in his trading company will do. But he can't be an uggo. We need to look good in the pictures.
Let me make myself clear. I will not introduce a single man to you, Holly. And you contacting me like this really is a nuisance.
A nuisance? I thought I was doing you a favor, letting you know I'm getting married. I thought you would be all alone and miserable after your breakup with Kent. But instead, you're so happy and successful. How can you do this to me?
To you? You have nothing to do with my success and happiness. Wait, you contacted me because you thought I would be miserable? And you wanted to rub it in? Just how much free time do you have?
I'm super busy. I made time to contact you. But I never imagined this. Give me back what was supposed to be my happily ever story.
I never received or believed your story. And I have nothing left to say to you, so goodbye.
Wait. Don't be so mean to me. I'm sure there must be someone from your fiancé's company you could introduce me to.
No, thank you. And you really should think about how you ask people for things. Anyhow, I'm busy. So goodbye.
Hey, answer your phone.
Why are you bothering me so early in the morning? I have to go to work. I'm busy.
Why did you go behind my back and tell Kent everything?
Oh, about that. I told him. So what?
You and Kent are over. What gives you the right to contact him? Don't think you can get him back. You know women who can't let go of their past loves aren't liked by other women.
I had something I wanted to tell him, so I contacted him. End of story.
Then why does Kent know everything? The only plausible reason is you told him. Did you know he doesn't want to marry me anymore? It's all your fault.
I thought there shouldn't be any secrets between you two since you're going to get married. And if he can't accept you as you are, maybe you two weren't meant to be together. Also, how can you complain about Kent when you're the one who wanted to trade up with my fiancé?
That? I was joking. I can't believe you thought I was serious.
You were joking. Then why did you ask me numerous times to introduce you to someone from my fiancé's company? It didn't sound like a joke to me.
Anyhow, it was a joke, okay? So contact Kent and tell him it was all a misunderstanding.
What misunderstanding? I just sent Kent screenshots of our chat. He just came to the same conclusion as me.
What?
Why did you have to send him screenshots of our chat? Maybe because you were being really patronizing and rude? I have my pride, you know. And Kent was special to me once. But you totally tossed him out when you thought you had a chance at a richer guy, right?
But still, you went too far. Kent has blocked my number. I can't even call him.
Well, his reaction is understandable. But doesn't that work out well for you as well? Just look for another wealthy man.
It isn't easy finding a wealthy man. I finally found Kent, and he barely met my minimum requirements. I expect you to take responsibility and fix this situation somehow.
Then maybe you should give up on getting married. I can't force Kent to marry you. He has his own feelings and opinions towards you. I can't control. Why don't you find him and trick him into marrying you again?
I can't do that. I already quit work because I thought I was getting married. I have given up everything. I have no cards left to play to get him back.
Well, that's none of my concern. But I think you really shouldn't base your happiness on a man. And as you know, women who can't let go of their past loves aren't liked by other women.
Oh, you really are infuriating. Just because you're a successful cafe owner. My life going down the toilet is really none of your concern, right?
Yep, none of my concern. It's not like I have a lot of time to waste on things that don't concern me. And I'll have you know, the cafe wasn't always successful. In the beginning, it was hard, and I was really scared. But in a way, because of you, I realized I had nothing to lose anymore, so I overcame my fears.
I really hate people who say things that just sound good. It's just noise. Lots of loud, boring, useless noise.
I'm not just saying things that sound good. I'm not just making noise. But there is one thing I can say to you. Happiness is not something that's easy to acquire.
If you really want to be patronizing and all, the least you can do is introduce me to a great guy or two.
That's enough. You are in no position to be asking me this.
You know, we used to be friends.
We aren't friends anymore. I only see you as an awful woman who stole my boyfriend. I thought Kent was terrible too, but...
That's right. Kent's also the bad guy here, so don't be nice to him. And Maria, there must have been something wrong with you for me to be able to steal Kent from you so easily.
To be honest, I wasn't sure if I should tell Kent. It's not like I have feelings for him anymore, but we were together for a long time. And he cheated on me. But the main reason I told him was you, Holly. You were so evil. You brought out my dark side.
Your dark side? You are the freaking daughter of Satan. There's no way I can win.
Oh, please. You're as evil as me. But you're right. You could never beat me.
Okay, I admit it. I lost. Just keep kicking me now that I'm down.
You know this isn't enough. Do you know how depressed I was after you hooked up with Kent? I don't think you'll ever understand how hard it was for me.
About that, I am sorry. I know it's too late and there's nothing I can do now, but as fellow Kent victims, can't we get along?
Don't lump me together with you. I have a fiancé, remember? Anyhow, why don't you try some self-reflections? Analyze why you act this way. It's popular nowadays.
I can't do that. I've never done anything like that before.
Then just be depressed for the rest of your life. I don't want to have anything to do with you ever again. So don't contact me.
Maria, please help me. I'm no good at being alone.
Read my text carefully. Don't ever contact me again. Holly went to Kent's apartment to profusely apologize, but of course, he didn't forgive her, so the wedding was off. Holly was the type of woman who cannot exist without a man, so she started dating random men. Most of them were married, which did not end well for her. She never thought bragging about her wedding to me would lead to such a devastating outcome. It was definitely beyond what she could possibly imagine. And because I really didn't have any feelings for Kent, her efforts to rub it in my face were really all in vain.
Nikki, what time will you be home tonight?
It shouldn't be too late. Why?
I've made a lot of your favorite dishes, so hurry home.
That's why you're texting me? That's strange. Did something happen?
Nothing special. I'm just in a good mood, so I made a lot of your favorite food.
Really? Well, then why are you in such a good mood? Did something good happen?
Well, if you put it like that, there was something that happened today that made me happy.
What? But I'm working right now, so I'll hear all about it later, okay?
I see. If you want, I can tell you about it now.
You just want to tell me about it now, right? If there's something you want to say it already.
Don't talk like that to your mother. But I can't get angry today. I'm in a great mood.
Oh, okay. And what put you in such a great mood?
Today is a celebration. Sarah left our house.
My wife, Sarah? What are you talking about? What do you mean Sarah left our house? Where's Sarah?
I have no idea, and I couldn't care less. That woman is not a family member. She doesn't belong in this house.
I don't understand what you are saying. She doesn't belong in this house. Oh, did you kick Sarah out?
Kick her out? That sounds so mean. That woman left the house on her own accord. I don't know a single thing.
I don't believe that. I'm trying to get a hold of Sarah, but she's not picking up. I hope she's okay. Did you do something to Sarah?
Sarah's phone is right here next to me. I don't think you can get in touch with her.
What? I can't understand what's going on. Can you shed some light? Sarah's phone is at home, but Sarah isn't?
That's right. She isn't very intelligent to leave her phone at home when she goes out.
I still don't understand. Can you give me more details?
That woman, she's the bad one.
Come again.
That woman, she used to torment me. Plus, she thinks she's better than me and her ego. Oh, yikes. She's an awful woman. She keeps telling you sweet lies. I was at the end of my rope, dear.
I hate to interrupt, but as a rational person observing you and Sarah, to me, the tormentor and the person making egotistical remarks was you, Mom.
What are you talking about? How can you say something like that?
If you didn't like what Sarah made for dinner, you would toss it into the garbage bin. You would complain about how she dusted around the house. If Sarah left because of these things, it'll be all your fault, Mom.
What?
Honestly, I don't know what happens between you and Sarah when I'm not around. But I've always suspected you were giving her a hard time, Mom.
I've never done anything to her, Nikki. That woman, she's the bad one.
Moving along, what did you do to her, Mom?
Not a single thing.
I can't imagine Sarah leaving the house without her phone. What awful thing did you do to her?
Not a single thing. I just used my brains a little.
More riddles.
I changed the locks, my dear.
The locks. Oh, what are you talking about?
Don't worry. When you get home, Nikki, just let me know it's you via the intercom, and I'll unlock the door for you. Plus, I've already made a new set of the keys for you, Nikki.
Are you seriously telling me you had the locks on my door changed while Sarah was out?
You got it, my smart little boy. I know what time Sarah leaves the house to run her errands, so I arranged for my friend to come over and change the locks.
You're unbelievable. You did that to force Sarah out of the house? And you took away her phone.
She happened to be charging her phone. I didn't intend for her to leave it here.
That's it. Mom, leave my house.
What? What a strange joke.
It's not a joke. Get out. Leave the key under a plant or something, but leave.
How can you say something so awful to your own mother?
You forced my wife out of our home and changed the locks so she can't come home? That crosses a line.
It was the only way to exterminate that woman. It can't be helped.
Exterminate Sarah? Do you remember you invited yourself to come and stay at my house?
How dare you speak like that?
In any event, you are leaving.
A child must respect, honor, and take care of their parents. Who do you think I am?
Even if you are my mother, I will not forgive you for hurting my wife.
You're choosing that woman over me? Who raised you? Who took care of you when you were a little boy?
I'm grateful you raised me, but after Dad divorced you last year, you suddenly appeared at our house and started living here. Even then, Sarah wasn't entirely comfortable. But being a good person, Sarah tried her best. But you had to push her with your selfish demands and hateful comments. You wouldn't stop even when I asked you to. And then you would secretly torment her whenever I wasn't around.
I didn't do anything like that.
Sarah was really troubled by your actions. She tried really hard to get along with you. But you were cruel and ignored all her well-meaning efforts.
Shut your mouth, Nikki. Don't forget who gave birth to you. Gave you life. You have a bond, an alliance to me. If you stay married to that woman, trust me, our bond, it'll be gone.
That's enough. Can't you stop thinking about yourself for 1 minute?
Thinking about myself?
How many times do you have to say I'm your son, I must do what you want? Well, listen, the house that you are currently living in, that house is Sarah and my house. What gave you the idea it was your house?
Nikki, you are my son.
So what? My money automatically belongs to you? Of course not. I can't believe you changed the locks on my house. Who gave you permission to do so? You know, I can sue you.
Sue me. Don't make it a big deal. We are family, Nikki, my son.
Family? Well, Sarah's an important member of my family. You know she's pregnant. How can you do such an awful thing to her while she's carrying my child?
Well, because after she has her child, you may want to kick me out or something. That's why I thought it was better to separate you two. That woman.
Stop it already. I can't understand what you were texting. I can't help but think you're insane. In any case, the person who's leaving is not Sarah, but you.
How can you? How can you speak to your mother like this?
I won't think of you as my mother anymore.
What?
I'm saying I want to cut off all ties to you. Get out of my house now.
Why are you saying this?
I got a message from Sarah's father.
Sarah's father?
She left her phone charging at home and went to run errands, but when she got back, the locks were changed and you wouldn't let her back in the house. She had no choice but to go to her parents' home. Sarah's father said if this type of nonsense continues, Sarah should stay at his home and not mine. I'm sad to say, I agree with him.
Then have Sarah stay with her parents. Problem solved.
So I told her father clearly that my mother would be leaving the house, so Sarah will be safe.
What? Whatever do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I will have you leave the house immediately. I'm on my way to pick up Sarah at her parents' house. So gather your things and leave before we get home.
I don't know how you could say something like this. To kick your very own mother out of your house. I don't think you have it in you to actually go through with it.
I can and will do it. This is my house. If you plan to stay there any longer, I'll have no choice but to call the police. Wouldn't it be better for you to leave on your own?
The police? Why do you want to make this such a big deal? It's just a trivial misunderstanding within the family. I'm sure it can be resolved quickly. I have all your favorite food prepared. So come home.
Be quiet, and please leave.
Are you being serious? You would really kick your mother out?
I don't want to live with a mother who would kick out my pregnant wife. I want to cut off all relations. I mean, I will cut off all relations.
I'm so disappointed in you, Nikki. I can't believe you are my son.
Please don't think of me as your son anymore. From today, we are no longer family.
I don't know how you can say something like this. Don't you feel sorry for your poor mother?
See, that's what I mean about your texts being self-serving. Don't you feel sorry for Sarah?
I understand why Dad had to divorce you.
I thought you would always be on my side, Nikki. You're my son, Nikki. You have a bond, an alliance to me.
Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Say whatever you want to. I called Gertrude. She said she's on her way to pick you up.
Gertrude? Like my daughter, Gertrude? Why'd you call her?
She's the only one you'll listen to.
I can't believe you told Gertrude. She's going to scold me.
Maybe you need to be scolded so you could feel some remorse. Maybe it was my fault that I was too easy and soft on you, but I can't take care of you anymore. I feel bad for Gertrude, but she'll be able to handle you, I'm sure.
If Gertrude gets a hold of me, she'll put me in a home for the elderly.
I highly doubt that. I know you and Gertrude never got along, but you really should be grateful she hasn't abandoned you.
Gertrude just drove up. I know. I won't open the door.
Can you please not cause a scene in my house? And leave quickly and quietly with her. In any event, you and I, we aren't family anymore. Got it?
Don't say that. I have always treasured you, Nikki. More than anyone else in the world.
That's nice to hear, but if that's true, you would have treasured the people who are important in my life, like my wife, Sarah. It's a shame, but this is goodbye.
Give me another chance, Nikki. I promise I'll be nice to Sarah. I won't complain about anything.
So you were aware that you weren't nice to Sarah, and you complained a lot. But it's too late. I want to treasure my family. My family excluding you. Well, then, goodbye. Just leave, and never contact me again.
Gertrude ended up forcing the door open and dragged her mother, Livia, out of the house. Gertrude was living with her father, Livia's ex-husband. So Livia was scolded by both. Gertrude made arrangements for Livia to live in her own apartment, and even found her a job. Even after all that Gertrude did for her, Livia couldn't stop complaining. None of the family wanted to be around her, and one by one, everyone cut her out of their lives. As a result, Livia lives in her small apartment, with no one to talk to, go out with, even share a cup of coffee with, as she grows older, all alone. Nikki and Sarah had a beautiful baby boy. The three of them are living happily together as a family.